Let's not act as if we don't live in America. ESPN Analyst predicts Cooper Flagg will have a similar impact on the NBA as Caitlin Clark has on the WNBA. Let's not act as if we don't live in America. ESPN Analyst predicts Cooper Flagg will have a similar impact on the NBA as Caitlin Clark has on the WNBA. Originally appeared on Basketball Network. It's fascinating to observe how the arrival of a generational talent in the NBA often causes the narrative and expectations to skyrocket, and that's exactly the whirlwind Cooper Flagg is entering. The latest bold statement came from ESPN analyst Peter Rosenberg, who emphasized how Americans are desperate for a white superstar to be the mainstay of the NBA. Now, with the emergence of the 18-year-old Duke sensation, Rosenberg believes that vision may soon become a reality, and even more so, it could lead to Flagg having the same kind of impact in his league that Caitlin Clark has had on the WNBA since his initial days. Rosenberg has enormous expectations for Flagg. The rise in marketability and endorsement deals surrounding Clark is only a small part of her impact. A striking example came recently when the Indiana Fever faced the New York Liberty, which was Clark's return game after a 5-game absence. That contest averaged 2.2 million viewers and peaked at 2.8 million, a staggering 76% increase from the same period last season. Moreover, during her absence, the WNBA reportedly saw a dip in viewership. National broadcasts fell by 55%. For Rosenberg, this surge in popularity is enough to believe that American fans are eager to embrace a new white superstar in the NBA from the USA, especially after years of dominance by European or international players. Put simply, with Cooper touted as the most hyped white American prospect since Larry Bird. There's speculation that his rise could spark a cultural moment in the league, mirroring the kind of frenzy that Clark has generated in the women's basketball landscape. We're all adults, right? We can all have a real-life conversation. Last time I checked, we still live in America. Cooper Flagg is a white guy, maybe the best white American prospect since Larry Bird. Right? Let's not act as if we don't live in America and we're not seeing what's happening with Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. Cooper Flagg is going to be an instant impact player in the NBA. That kid can play right now, Rosenberg said about Flagg on First Take, via Clutch Points. If he's nearly as good as people expect, no one's going to be more intriguing and grab more eyeballs than Cooper Flagg, he predicted. Related, Kevin Garnett left Michael Jordan off his all-time starting five. He is the god, and we copied him and St, but I got Cobb at my 2. Can Flagg have a Clark-like impact? Although the WNBA already had several superstars before Caitlin arrived, it was her rivalry with Angel Reese that gave the league a much-needed boost in relevance and public attention. After which, Clark's consistent performances and more consistency over Reese made her, in particular, a must-watch TV athlete. In contrast, the NBA still revolves around veteran icons like LeBron James and Stephen Curry, homegrown American superstars who continue to dominate fanfare and viewership. Therefore, it might be unrealistic to expect Flagg to single-handedly elevate the league the way Clark has done for the WNBA. However, if he proves why he is considered a once-in-a-generation talent, he could soon have the entire nation behind him, rooting for his success. The NBA is in a much better place popularity-wise than the WNBA, and Flagg won't have the same responsibility as Clark. Related, she reminds me of a female version of Steph Curry. Rick Pitino breaks down what makes Caitlin Clark so similar to Stephen Curry. This story was originally reported by Basketball Network on June 28, 2025, where it first appeared.